Today our objective is to identify, represent, order, and compare integers. An integer is a positive or negative whole number, and it includes 0. When you think of a number line, you're familiar with the numbers above 0. These are considered positive numbers. The numbers below 0 are negative and have the little negative sign in front of them. The further you go to the left on a number line, the smaller the numbers actually get. So a number such as -9 is actually smaller than a number such as -6. On a number line, the further to the right a number is, the greater it is. Some examples, real-life examples of negative numbers include temperature. On the Celsius scale, if temperatures fall below freezing, we can use negative numbers. Other examples of negative numbers in real life are things such as below sea level. We could represent below sea level as a negative number. We could represent a loss of income or business loss using a negative number. We'll talk more about examples of negative numbers in real life in class. Opposites. Negatives and positives are opposites. So -3 is the opposite of 3. -7 is the opposite of 7. Take a moment, pause the video, and answer these 3 questions. Unpause the video when you're ready. Let's check your answers. The opposite of -12 is 12. The opposite of 33 is -33. The opposite of -1 is simply 1. Got opposites? They're pretty easy. Absolute value is something that's a little more complicated. Absolute value is the distance from a number to 0 on a number line. We write the absolute value using these lines here in the front and the back of the number. So we write the absolute value of -4 like this. 2 lines with the -4 inside of them. So this is read as the absolute value of -4 is 4. So the absolute value is simply the distance from a number to 0. You can never have a negative absolute value, since we wouldn't write distances as a negative. Try these problems, finding the absolute value of these problems. Pause the video, and when you finish, unpause, and we'll check your answers. Let's see how you did. The absolute value of -16 is simply, what is the distance from -16 to 0 on a number line? Well, that would just be 16. The absolute value of 23 is 23. The absolute value of -99 is 99. The absolute value of 8 is 8. The absolute value of 56 is 56. And the absolute value of -78 is simply 78. How'd you do? We'll talk more about this tomorrow and try some more practice problems. I want to clarify that some kids, the common mistake is they think the absolute value of a positive number is a negative number, but that's not true. Absolute value is always positive. The absolute value of a positive number is a positive number. Don't confuse absolute value with opposites. For example, the absolute value of 23 is 23, but the opposite of 23 is -23. We'll talk more about integers tomorrow, and so come to class with your notes prepared and ready to learn more about integers.